then we pump those profits back into the profit cycle to generate even more profits. And I know what you're going to say. Profits? Yes, Stan. You're soaking in them.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy ExtrmWill with Extreme Tech. We're going to do another salad video. We're going to cover what my 29 machines are making on salad right now. And just going to cover that kind of really quickly. And then the second half of this video, we're going to go into look, how do you tell right now with how weird salad is if your machines are working, and some of the different things I've had to do to try to get machines back up and working, some of the stuff that I'm looking for and how I'm trying to figure out if my machines are working, trying to get stuff up and working. So if we look in here, like, this is just being all over the place right now with the pay. These are all the 15-minute blocks. So I did see this last night. It got down to as low as 12 cents for a 15-minute block, which is terrible. That winds up being, if that was the whole day, that would wind up being, I don't know if that would actually cover my electric costs for keeping 29 machines running on salad. And then the highs, I think I still had as much as 44 cents, so almost, 4 times more in the high. When I got home last night, I did see, like, this part right here, and it's like, what is going on? Like, do I have to contemplate turning everything back off again? Why? Because I haven't turned everything off other than the hurricane, but it's contemplating, do I have to turn everything off? Is this cost effective? Definitely being a lot more pain in the butt right now than I really want it to be. I was emailing with Salad because I have a bunch of open tickets with Salad to try to figure out how to fix all these different errors they have, and they sent me one. I guess it would have been this morning. I guess they sent it about an hour ago, and they're like, thanks for letting us know everything, yada yada. We want to know, did any of these solutions we gave you help fix the problems? And all that. And then I said I didn't even try any of their problems. I just used Revo to uninstall and reinstall everything, and kind of explained what I was doing in my video. And then I put down in like the third paragraph to them, it's been a lot of work to try and keep my 29 systems up and running since 1.7.0 went mandatory. It is made much harder by not being able to tell if a system is active in a job right now. I noticed yesterday that I had 3 systems with a WSL file, had bloated over 500 gigabytes in a few days. It's been a lot right now trying to keep everything up and running, and so but for the last 24 hours, it says I made $31.67, which isn't necessarily like terrible, but it's not as good as it should be. I gotta imagine too, and, I kind of make this kind of comment in the comments on some of the previous videos when people talk about it. If Salad's doing stuff that's really irritating us, Salad's probably also doing stuff that is infuriating their customers. So if this is this hard on us right now, I have to hope that this isn't that hard on the customer right now as well. We're not telling us whether a machine is active and running or not. If they were not telling customers if they were running their job or not right now, like, I don't know if they are. I'm not a customer of Salad. I just try to do my best to look into it to figure some of that stuff out. I can't necessarily do the whole thing because I'm not a programmer, so I don't know how to program out a WSL file to start with. I wouldn't even know where to begin, but I gotta imagine with all the bugs and glitches that we're seeing, the customers are probably also seeing all of them, and it's, if for work you're trying to get this stuff done and it's not getting done because of all of the bugs and errors, that's why we don't have jobs, is because of the bugs and the errors. Because if the customer's not getting what they're paying for, why is the customer paying for it? And then they're not going to stay. They're going to leave and go somewhere else. So, it's very important that Salad gets these bugs aired out, or essentially they have nothing to sell. and then we have no work to do because it's just not working the whole way around. So, I mean, I imagine these low dips here are more of just because all of the jobs that are in the system are massively crashing because of stuff on Salad's part and errors in the customer programs. They need to come up with a better way of checking the customer programs for errors and bugs to make sure that their containers can run in general. And they're not crashing out our systems and crashing out the Salad network and all that. And I'm still hopeful for Salad. I haven't turned anything off yet, but this is some of the explanation, kind of how, in general, how business works. If your business doesn't work, your business does not work, and there is no work. So, hopefully they can get everything fixed, though. Like, I do feel a little bit more optimistic. We come in here towards where it's been like the last couple of hours, you know, up over 40 cents every 15 minutes, and then I think it dips down to like 36 cents every 15 minutes. So you can kind of tell from the 15-minute blocks, if you multiply it by 4, you get to an hour, and then multiply it by 24, you get to a day. So it's 96, basically 100 if you want to do real rough math, which I love real rough math. I think it's way easier than real precise math. But, you know, if I'm at 40 cents every 15 minutes for the entire day, then I'm at $40. So that's not that bad. I can deal with $40. I can deal with everything over $30. But if it starts looking scary, like I might have days that are under $30, and this starts looking a lot more like, what am I doing? Why am I spending so much time and effort on this? I don't want to spend all the time and effort on this to have the $30 days. I want to spend all the time and effort in this so I can have as many $50 days as possible. So, that's just some of the reasoning on it. But, yeah, so yesterday, last 24 hours have been $31. You can see it's just all over the place, too. This is a big indicator, too, of it not running consistent containers. Because this is a whole bunch of containers ending. And then this is me picking up a bunch of containers. This is a bunch of 15-minute containers, and then literally minutes later, none of those containers are running. Because these are super, super small jobs. This could have been Salad trying to ramp up and rerun a bunch of stuff, and it all just kept crashing out. I don't think it was errors on my systems, because I didn't have a bunch of errors that I saw last night, because I had checked everything around here. But it's probably all errors on Salad's end and on the customer's end. And them just trying to get stuff up and working. And then somebody probably just got frustrated and said, I don't even want to deal with that right now. That's what it looks like to me in my wild speculation. That more often than not tends to be kind of true. So, but yesterday it was $31. Looked the last 7 days. So yesterday was the last 24 hours. The 4th, I actually made $34.78. So it's not that bad. Not as terrible. Not as bad as the 3rd. The 3rd I would have made $31.80. It should be November 5th right now. This is weird that they're doing... Is that like the European style dates? Because I think they're based in Utah. They're based out of the United States. So I don't know why they're not using the U.S. dating system. I don't know if they just changed that or if it's always been that way and I just never noticed. I normally don't look at the actual date. I just count backwards and go, that was yesterday, that was the day before, that was the day before, that was the day before. And I got a couple days like $29, $30. But that's from making everything mandatory so we can see. We don't see hurricane back here, but we do see major hurricane right here. And then everything's running real nice and good. And then right here is where they made 1.7.0 mandatory. And I don't know. I don't like a lot of the stuff they've done so far with 1.7.0. I think it was starting to look like it was going in the right direction. If I could have still kept those jobs that were on the previous versions of Salad still up and running, I think I would have been a lot happier when they forced everything to go to 1.7. I didn't pick all those jobs back up again. I don't think anybody picked those jobs back up again. They went through and canceled all the customer jobs, and the customers are like, why are we running on you? And I don't know. It seems like they've done a lot of harm to themselves and not necessarily been able to fix it and make things better, which worries me. So that's the earnings. As I said, I have 29 machines. We go through them pretty regularly here. We're going to look at the back half of the machines. I already looked at all the front half of the machines by myself, but I figure I'll try to show you what I'm looking at here to see if stuff is working and if it's working correctly and kind of what I can see right now in this mess that this is now. So the first thing I'm checking for, obviously, is up here. Is there a big, giant orange error that I have to take care of immediately? Does it, is it telling me that I need to, look at my NVIDIA driver or reset the machine or anything like that? Do I have to completely uninstall Salad because of the way everything got messed up and then reinstall Salad and use that Revo program, or I believe it's Revo. Is there some giant mess thing here I've got to look at? So right now the screen, unfortunately, not really telling me a whole lot here on the widget. It says it's chopping. Okay, yeah, it should be chopping. You definitely want to check for that too. It's saying I'm telling the machine it's allowed to work right now. So it's probably working. 5 out of 6 because I don't do the bandwidth sharing. I have plenty of bandwidth to do it, but I think in general the amount of headaches it can cause me would be a net negative, to the point I literally don't even want that extra money they would pay me for the bandwidth sharing, because I don't want my internet provider to think I'm here pirating stuff out and dealing with that massive headache. So I don't do that because it can create a lot of problems. That's what I've heard, so I'm just not even going to mess with it. My balance, yeah, that looks about right. I can tell, too, when we come to this, what they're telling me on here, like when it says last 24 hours, I made $31. I definitely made $31. I have 36 times so far that I've claimed my rewards. So I can definitely say that I have... what it's telling me on here is adding up. This $31 means I will cash out, if it does this 3 days in a row, I would cash out like that 4th day. And so that's, when you go to the last 7 days, I can look through here and calculate out every one of these has been right with when I cash out down here, down below, with me redeeming, me trying to redeem everything. So... this is definitely, the last 24 hours is definitely correct to the balance to what it's kind of been doing. I've never seen any problem or error with that. So people may complain that, how do you know this $31 number is right? Well, like my electric bill kind of tells me that everything's not running at full bore, So I have some ways I can check electric too. So then if we get in this right now, if we look, this says it's using 20 gigabytes of memory. So this is going to be active in a job right now, which is good. And then I need to check the WSL file. So I have another video on this. This PC, local C, program data, salad, WSL. It's very important you go into program data, not program file. This is actually a hidden file, so you have to manually type this in. I have, on all of my salad machines, these are all dedicated rigs, so I just have a shortcut for it to make it easier for me to get into it. So every single one, I have the shortcut is put right there. And then what I tried doing, if I put Revo, if I have to use that to uninstall Salad, I try putting it up here, probably behind where my face is. So I know this is one that I've had an issue with. But one of the things I'm looking at here, these files have gotten insane. This one actually looks like it's really, really small. I don't know why it's so small. I think almost all of the rest of the ones I have are, is it 100 million more than this? Because it's a gigabyte. So I can't even do the math on that for what a gigabyte is to a gigabyte. I mean, it's probably, almost all of them are probably 1 gigabyte more than this one is. This is probably the smallest WSL file I think I've seen. When I was looking through them last night, I found 3 of them where my WSL file, the date modified on it, it had stopped a couple days ago, and this file was 500 gigabytes. Clearly, it can't pick anything up. I wound up having a lot of issues then with trying to stop it correctly and delete it. I had to go in here. There's a setting I normally don't do. I wondered why. Brandon Coin brings this up on his. I wondered why he had mentioned this. If you go into settings, you have to disable auto launch, which even if you don't have Salad on, this auto launch doesn't automatically launch Salad. It automatically launches the NVIDIA containers in the WSL. So I had a really hard time trying to delete it because I had to turn this off and then reset the machine. And then I was able to delete the WSL file. And then I had to restart the machine again after I deleted the WSL file. So that Salad would automatically regenerate it again. But it's one I haven't had to use, but I did have to use it today. Because this had blown up on a couple of these to, as I said, 500 gigabytes. So that was really kind of annoying. Alright, so let's look at the next one. Should be able to start going through these a little bit quicker now. So I see there's no error. There's nothing really in here I can use. Memory. This one is actually running active in a job right now, so that's cool. You can tell by the memory usage. And let's make this a little bigger. And make this a little bigger. So you can see this one is already, this is twice the size of the previous one was. But that looks like that's running fine. That's about where it should be. So let's see. That one's done. That one's done. Alright, now this I'm worried about. God. Alright. Do you have Revo installed? Alright, so this one I'm going to need to. Well, let's see. Which NVIDIA driver is this on? This is on old driver, so maybe this won't be that bad. I don't like that I'm not logged in anymore, so like when I go into the Google search, because I haven't really been using these, I don't log into each one individually that often. So when I go into the Google search, it just gives me just some random stuff that doesn't make any sense to me. It's not my personalized private stuff. I have no clue what any of that stuff was. It just brought up in there. Let's see, this is a 3070. Fine. We have a new NVIDIA driver yet? No, we're still using the old NVIDIA driver. So this is 556.03. Yeah, so that's the old one. So this might just get fixed just by doing just the driver. So I will do just the driver first. Alright, we'll leave that one up and we'll go to the next one. So this one looks like it's probably not in the job. I mean, I can't tell. I have no way of really knowing right now. Because it could just be idle in the job. It might not be doing a lot of work. So, like, who knows? But no error. Nothing in here I really can see. And oh, come on. Need to make this bar bigger because now that these files are all bigger, I need to be able to see it better. So, it looks like it's going good. So that one looks like it's fine. Let's go to this next one. No errors. I can't tell for sure if it's running up there. Let's that a little bit bigger. That looks like that's fine. That's within the accepted amount. Let's double check this. No, barely gone anywhere in downloading it. So no major errors. I can't tell if it's running. Come on. One thing about Chrome Remote Desktoping in, it doesn't show you the arrows when you make things bigger or smaller, so it's kind of really annoying. But it is nice to be able to just Chrome Remote Desktop into all of these, because when I first started, I had monitors hooked up to everything for a while, and I would wake up in the morning and I would be running back and forth between 4 different rooms in the house trying to check everything before I got everything out into the garage, and I got the before I went to the 500 gig up and down fiber. I don't know. I don't remember why I had everything all spread out throughout the house. I think I was only able to access so much in the garage, I think. So I spread everything out throughout the house so it could all work correctly. I don't remember why I was limited in the garage. I felt like I was limited in the garage towards how much bandwidth I was getting in there. I think because of the way I had the internet run out there. I felt like I was limited because it was all I was doing crypto before, so I didn't need that much bandwidth out there. And then when I started this, my router had pretty much dead. It did not like anything anymore. My Wi-Fi 6 router, because it was only limited to like 30 machines, and I was constantly trying to run 35 to 40 machines on it. Just everything like access points. You know, the vacuum cleaner. I have 2 iPads, a cell phone, smartwatch. My wife has, I think, 3 or 4 iPads because she has some for work and then personal ones. And then we've got like 9 Alexas throughout the house. And, you know, every TV needs its own access point. You know, so like, the thing was just massively overtaxed. And then we went to the Wi-Fi 7. And now I think I can have like 200 things on the system. And I wouldn't doubt it if I'm at like 60 access points. So, especially with all this salad stuff. Salad stuff's probably half, and then my real life is probably the other half. So, yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that, but I went there. So, alright, here we've got no errors. Can't tell if it's working. That all looks fine. Okay. Close that down. Can I work on that yet? No. Still less than halfway. So, no errors. I can't tell if it's working. Come on. So this looks like this is really, really small. That looks really small. I'm not sure why that looks so small. I may need to pay attention to that. Hopefully it's still working right. Who knows? It looks like it is fully up to date, so hopefully that's not a problem. So no errors on this one. Doesn't look like it's currently active in a job. This one is still on the GPU, and I can see you can't see it up here, but I have Revo up here in the corner, so this is definitely one that I have had to go through and wipe the whole system and restart it back up again. I can tell because normally I leave it on the CPU for when I would come in here and go like, oh, this is what it is and how many cores. Only reason I normally have it on the GPU is to double check the driver version to make sure it's on the newest driver version. It looks like it should be working correctly, but it does not look like it is currently in a job. So let's go to this next one. No errors here. From the memory, I can't tell if it's working. I don't see anything really crazy going on over there. This 100,000, so that's fine. 100 million. This one again is really small too. Haven't noticed a lot of the real small ones yet. I don't know if that means it's on a small job right now. I don't know if this is technically on like a 10-cent job right now, and that's why it's so small, because it's just doing the small transcription. Or if it's just not working at all. The last one was just really small that it had done. It just has the last one currently loaded. Not really sure. I can't really tell. It's not using a lot of resources, so I can't be like for sure 100% it's necessarily doing something. It could be doing something, because this second Ethernet thing looks like it's up and running, but I can't really tell. Who knows? It looks like it's up, but I just can't tell if it's active in something. Alright. So no errors. Memory, I can't tell if it's in a job. Can't tell if it's really in a job. This one too, because on the GPU, looks like I did have some issues with this one as well. So, because I don't see the Revo up here in the corner, I'm not sure if I had fully uninstalled everything or if I just did the driver on this. But it looks like it's currently able to receive work, but I cannot tell if it's actually active in a job. So no errors, that's a good sign. I can't tell if it's active in something right now or not. But it looks like it should all be working fine. It's another one where it's real small. It's weird with these too, because this can literally be 10 times that size and everything is fine. So looks like it's all fine. It's just down, still not done yet. Alright, I'm gonna end the video before I do all that. I'm just gonna update it, and then I'll come back and check it in a couple hours or whatever if I think about it, or when I get bored later, I'll come back and double check all my machines. This video was not supposed to go this long, to just try to double check to see if everything looks like it's working, but that's kind of how it went. Yeah, I keep doing this a lot, like, I guess without all the monologuing, but I'm doing this like 2 to 3 times a day right now, just because there's so many stupid errors and problems I keep finding and having to deal with. I don't feel like I really have a better way to do this. I wish they had a better monitoring system for all of this, so I could go, like something like like HiveOS or NiceHash, where you can just go log on and go, okay, these are my 30 systems. Okay, this one has an error on it. It tells me here on the monitoring system, this one has an error. Let me go look at machine 29 and see what's wrong with machine 29, instead of this having to go through every one and trying to figure out different ways to look at every little thing to see if it's working. I definitely would not blame anyone right now who turns all of their machines off until Salad at least goes back to telling you if your system is calculating or in a job. Because this feels like this is too much work for me to be trying to troubleshoot every machine every time I check it. Like, it is feeling like a lot of work. For this whole kind of just, plug and play and let it run, and I'm not trying to be doing anything kind of stuff, like, it's too much. So that's gonna be it for the video. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, come on back, leave comments down below. I'm pretty good about getting back to the comments. I'm on vacation for like the next week. I got a bunch of stuff I'm going to do, so I'm a little bit busy, but I should be around for the most part. So, yeah, if you leave comments down below, I'll try to get back to them as quick as I can. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.